Every day, teachers have this opportunity to work with children and change their lives. When I look at my students, I see myself. I see that struggling middle school kid who has ability, but doesn't always want to show it. And for me as a classroom teacher, I want to be that person who pushes those kids kind of behind the scenes, asks those tough questions, and really wants them to go beyond what they even think they can do for themselves.
The greatest challenge in the classroom that I experience is interpersonal skills, because I think that is such a strong skill to have in the hospitality industry, and relationship building and interpersonal skills is tough to have when you're sometimes in the phone and on the computer and staring at a TV. And so in my classroom, I really strive to have my students public speak, stand in front of the classroom, present projects, and have to interact with their peers, because I feel like that helps them build the interpersonal skills to prepare them for the workforce.
I teach to make a difference in the lives of children. Miss Irene Kordick was a big inspiration in my life. She was my elementary school principal, and then as a senior in high school, I came back to Ocean City Elementary School and I did an internship in a 3rd grade classroom. I knew the very first day that that's what I wanted to do in my life. I wanted to teach. And she always said, kind of a motto, a saying of, I can be anything, I can learn anything if I believe in myself and work hard. And it's something that I've always kind of lived by, and it's something that I instill in my students every day.
In my classroom, the key thing that I think I have in my room, and especially with my educational assistants as well, is we work on love. It's more than just a classroom. When we come together, because we're working with so many different things with our students that have special needs, we kind of infuse all that in everything that we do. So love is a big part, being compassionate, and also forgiving, because we all have moments, but just understanding that that's okay. We can be upset and that's all right, but we're gonna get through it, and we'll get through it together because we're a team. And when we're in there together, we're a family, is really what it is.
One challenge that I see is helping young children learn to accept differences, and just seeing that we can support and learn from each other, and helping them to find ways to be kind and to motivate one another. And it is always so sweet to see kids in partnerships and buddies that push one another to reach new goals and reach their true potential, and also build relationships that will continue throughout their life.
Why do I teach? I feel like that I learn more from my students every day than they learn from me. I'm from industry, so the gift I can bring them is real world applications and try to inspire them. But actually they inspire me every day because tech ed is so diverse. I believe that all of us have different gifts, and I think that because my classroom is all hands-on, it's all teamwork, cooperative learning, the thing I can do best for my kids is to try to seek out good qualities in others and bring them out. And everybody has a different gift to bring to the table.
Well, I teach because it is just a fun, amazing job. Working with children is never boring. Every day there are new challenges and successes to celebrate, and they just inspire me to be the best that I can be, because I don't want to let them down. All my teachers kind of helped a little bit in inspiring me to become a teacher. My 2nd grade teacher, you could tell that she loved what she did. Her classroom was comforting and safe, and being a shy child, she really helped me open up.
I think in the middle school classroom, the greatest challenge is identity. our students aren't babies anymore, and they're not adults, and they're kind of stuck in this gray space and this trying to figure out who they are and make sense of the world. And in doing that, they're trying to figure out, who am I today? Who was I yesterday? Who am I going to be tomorrow? And how does all of that fit into all the things going on in my life? And they have a lot going on in their lives right now. And so what I do to address this is to just accept each and every one of them for who they are. And I discovered years ago, I don't have to understand their individual struggles. I don't have to personally have words to explain it. I just have to love them and accept them.
I teach to inspire students to hopefully be as physically active and healthy as they can. You know, so much that we focus on in the classroom is math and science and assessing their ability in those subject areas, and sometimes we forget that having a physically active and healthy lifestyle is just as important to the mind as learning. So my goal is to hopefully inspire students to be physically active, to have that healthy mindset, as well as learn in the classroom.
I teach because it's who I am, and I teach because I'm needed. Our children come from so many backgrounds, and they don't have stability. They don't have things at home to make them secure. We have so many kids who live in poverty, and they sleep on the neighbor's floor, they sleep in the back of a car. School is a safe place for them. Their classroom is always there, their school is always there. They have someone looking out for them, whether it's making sure they've had breakfast, making sure they've had a coat, a winter coat, shoes. And for some of them, their teachers are the only people who look out for them.
I love teaching. It is, I believe, the only profession where you are a lifelong learner. You go into work every day, you have wonderful lesson plans, creative plans, and you walk out going, wow, what a day, and this is something I learned today, because the kids teach you every day. It's the job where you have the same curriculum year after year, but it never gets boring because you don't have the same kids year after year. I love teaching because by the end of the year, you know that they hold a special place in your life, in your heart, and you do the same for them. And I want 25 years from now, somebody to say, ah, that second grade teacher was awesome. She was the best, and she made a difference in my life.
The reason I teach is to make a difference to my students and to my community. I was fortunate enough to go through Worcester County schools, and I saw how big of an impact my teachers could have on me. I know we have a lot of great teachers there, and they really influenced me, and I wanted to be able to make the same impact with my students, not just in the classroom, but outside the classroom too, and that's led me to get involved into some different activities. So my goal is to make a connection with every student and really influence them in a positive way, both in and outside the classroom.
I teach to encourage my students that there isn't anything they can't achieve now or in the future. I want to inspire my students to really find their passion and channel it. As a 5th grade teacher, it's important that I cultivate that love of learning and really try to instill the value of an education. Every year my 5th graders do a project where they explore and research their dream job. They create resumes, business cards, and even get to dress up as their chosen career. I tell them, come back to me in 20 years and let me know if that job came to fruition. It's little moments like this that spark wonder and excitement in my classroom.
Both my parents inspired me to be a teacher. Growing up with 2 parents as teachers and educators, I got a very real sense of what it was to be an educator. And I cannot remember a single time that I went out in public or in the community with one of them that someone didn't come up and approach us and want to tell them how much they enjoyed their class or how much they impacted their lives. And it really showed me that the teaching in the classroom is really only half the job, and that other 50% is what is really important to people.